The case has put a spotlight on how nurses should be held accountable for medical mistakes. In March, a Nashville jury convicted RaDonda Vaught, 38, of criminally negligent homicide and abuse of an impaired patient for giving a 75-year-old woman a fatal dose of the wrong medication. Charlene Murphey died in Vanderbilt University Medical Center's intensive care unit on December 27, 2017, after being injected with the wrong drug. Murphey was supposed to receive a dose of Versed, a sedative, but was instead injected with vecuronium, which left her unable to breathe. Prosecutors have said. Meanwhile, nurses from around the nation are rallying to support her and urge the judge not to give her prison time. Vaught's sentence celebrated. A sentence marking the conclusion of a case that drew national attention was welcomed by Vaught's supporters Friday afternoon. It was like a roller coaster. But that was the very best outcome we could have hoped for today, Knoxville nurse Tina Vincent said in an interview. Vincent helped organize the rally outside the courthouse Friday in support of Vaught that drew hundreds, many from other states who were healthcare professionals. Vaught's attorney spoke at a short news conference after the sentencing hearing concluded. RaDonda is to be credited for the dignity that she's shown throughout this entire process. Her focus and her concern for Charlene Murphey and Miss Murphey's family, defense attorney Peter Striant said. Libby Diaz, a nurse from Alabama, drove 2 hours on Friday morning to attend the demonstration. It was very tense. We all feel like we could be in Vaught's position, Diaz said about Friday's events. It was an important trek to make despite its length, said Diaz, who was headed back to Huntsville for a softball game. It was a good little day trip to be part of history, she said. The Murphey family expressed satisfaction with the sentence. We didn't want jail time, Murphey's daughter-in-law Chandra Murphey said outside of court. We just wanted to make sure she didn't do this to anyone else. Molly Davis, Rachel Wenner, and Mariah Timms, the Tennessean Vaught sentenced to supervised probation. Davidson County Criminal Court Judge Jennifer Smith sentenced Vaught to supervised probation, a decision that unraveled in dramatic fashion just after 2 p.m. Friday. Vaught reacted with tears, and her supporters outside the courtroom celebrated. My hope that changes in the practices and protocols in the medical setting that have arisen since this event may at least be some positive aspect that has arisen. And going forward, I hope it prevents this type of situation from happening again, Smith said. I recognize, however, that will never be enough to heal your wounds, the judge added, speaking to the victim's family. Members of the Murphey family quickly left the courtroom after the sentence. Vaught, who was shaking during as the judge read the sentence, broke into tears of relief when Smith finished. Smith sentenced Vaught to 3 years and then diverted that sentence. It means Vaught will be on probation and, if she follows the rules we'll see her charges erased at the end. Smith outlined her decision step by step. Supporters in an overflow room inside the courthouse and supporters outside first cried and silently listened when Smith said Vaught's charges warrant 3 years of prison. But then Smith said Vaught wouldn't face jail time. Outside they cheered. Supporters inside the overflow room celebrated as well. I'm glad for her that she's getting probation with the diversion, so the chance of it coming off her record, Kentucky nurse Chrissy Trusted said in an interview. I don't think that it totally corrects the main problem of her getting criminally charged. Smith made sure to address the Murphys as well when she announced the sentence. Nothing that happens here today can reverse that loss and ease that pain, Smith said. I want to assure the Murphey family that this court is deeply mindful and sorry for their loss. Mariah Timms, Rachel Wenner, and Frank Gluck, the Tennesseans sentence RaDonda Vaught sentenced to 3 years probation on a diverted sentence, could wipe record clean. Recess ends. The court returned from a recess a little after 1 p.m. with many expecting a decision from Davidson County Criminal Court Judge Jennifer Smith. Court in recess. The court took a recess and is expected to resume at 1 p.m., Mariah Timms, the Tennessean technical tussle following a remorseful speech from Vaught. Attorneys debated the conditions of sentencing and the relevance of Vaught's public behavior. It's also very concerning to the state that before the jury decided her fate, She was saying profanities on the news and accusing me personally as a liar, Assistant District Attorney Chad Jackson said at the podium, protesting a request for diversion for Vaught. Vaught attorney Peter Strians asked Davidson County Criminal Court Judge Jennifer Smith to effectively put Vaught's sentence on hold and, unless she does not follow the rules of her probation, later erase her charges. But Jackson and Assistant District Attorney Brittany Flatt cited Vaught's statements to the media and her ongoing case in Sumner County as evidence not in Vaught's favor. Flatt said Vaught's attitude is a reason the judge should reject a lighter sentence for Vaught. When Flatt said that, Vaught turned her gaze toward Flatt and raised her eyebrows. Vaught's supporters in an overflow room in the courthouse groaned at some of the prosecutor's comments. Mariah Timms and Frank Gluck, the Tennessee